Hi, we are Michael and Thalia.
And this is the story of us.
How long have you two been together?
We have been together 8.5 years. 8.5 years.
Married?
Married 2.5 years. We'll be 3 years in December.
How did you two meet?
We met 12 years ago. It's been a long time. Yeah, we actually met. He's been here in this country. He got here from Colombia 12 years ago. So we met, I think, literally like 2 months after at church, at the youth group at church.
I remember my dad bringing me to church literally the next day. And then after, I got here, whatever. And a couple of months later, exactly 1 or 2 months, started going to the group youth. And that's where she was, and that's when I met her. Officially, long time ago. We never really talked. We were just in the same friend group. We were just always hanging out, but we never talked or anything.
We always had the same group of friends, so we kind of were just conocidos. I mean, how do you say that in English?
Just acquaintances.
Yeah, there you go. I can't think of the word. But regardless, we always had the same group of friends, so when, our friends hung out, we always saw each other, so, but we weren't never, I can't say, close friends, because we weren't, but, that's pretty much how we met.
Until, probably, I don't know, maybe 8 years ago, we're oh, you're there, now I, determine you, you're now I see you. But, and then, things started into okay, friendship and kind of thing, and that lasted for a while. And then 5 years, about, I think, 8 years ago is when, things started to evolve. But that is how we met, a long time ago. Exactly how? No idea, because we just happened to be in the same place, and we started to be, hanging around out of nowhere. So, I don't remember how we met. I do remember it was at church, for sure.
What attracted you to him initially?
Initially, I have to say, until this day, it's the same thing. What attracted me to him initially was his smile. I mean, I go weak in the knees when I see him smile. Literally. I mean, it's just, and also his eyes. I've always loved his eyes. He has this way that he looks at you, and it's not just because of where we are today. It's even before, when we were just friends, there was just this way that he looked at you that was just oh my god. But yeah, that's just, it's always been that.
Initially, what attracted me to Thalia? Well, first of all, she was from church, so it was always nice to have somebody that follows the same beliefs that you have. So, and then I always thought that she was gonna be a calm girl, and okay, she's the girl that I might be settling with. It was a fun experience, but in reality, and I'm gonna be honest here, and she knows, she was pretty much just just like another girl, to be honest. I had a girlfriend, by the time that we started talking. So, we were hey, what's up? And we started, texting every day, whatever. But then, things kind of just started progressing, and, personality-wise, I started liking that. We started, building that relationship to a point, we just, okay, hey, I'm just going to, but she was started, as another girl, to be honest, and then the relationship just started growing from there.
Who made the first move?
Who made the first move? Guilty, right here, and he will tell you this with pride. We had been working on this event for church, and he was helping us out. So we started texting because we needed to communicate. We needed to go to his house to do some audio stuff and some recording, blah blah blah. So yeah, I remember after the event, once it was over, I do remember texting, because we kept texting after that.
Yeah, after youth, retreat. We went to that retreat, and we came back and we were texting, pretty much day and night. And one day she just texted me. I was
I literally just told him, I'm like, listen, I have feelings for you, blah, blah, blah.
You're like, hey, you're, cute, whatever. I remember it was a huge message. And I'm like, what? I was like, what?
I was at the point where I was just like, I'm done with relationships. I don't want anything else. But then he came along and yeah.
So that's how pretty much everything started, but she did make the first move.
What is one thing that Thalia does that makes you fall in love with her every single time she does it?
So one thing that makes me fall in her every single day, that she does every single day, I mean, we could be fighting, or we could be, throwing the freaking house for the window, and, I don't know, bad, we could be really bad, but then she just turns to me and smiles, and then it's just like, okay. It's crazy. Yeah, she just needs to smile.
One thing that he has is he's always been very caring. And I have to say that the one thing that he does that always makes me fall in love with him is that when we always have to do something and I'm like, he either has to go by himself or I have to like stay behind because of our baby, he always says, I always need you. I'll be like, oh, if you need me there, I'll go. If you don't, I mean, that's okay also. And then his response is always, I always need you. And it's like, oh my God, like my heart is melting. It's not exactly like something that he does because again, he's always so caring, but it's just him saying that. It's just like, that spark is still there.
Tell me your proposal story.
Well, it all started with an idea that she loves Disney. If it was for her, she would sleep at Disney. So call Eileen, of course, and then be like, hey, how about, I want to propose to her, but I want it to be in Disney, but I don't want her to know. So then Eileen, gathered the whole crew, family, invited everybody. She had no idea. And, she prepared like a small group of cousins to like travel to Disney. And then she invited like the whole family to go like on the side that she didn't know, to go and be there as a surprise to accompany me for the proposal.
It was a mission because originally I didn't know if I was going. This was all a surprise. I had no idea what was going on. Initially, like I said, I wasn't sure if I was going. I remember getting a call, like everybody was like, oh, but you have to go buy your ticket. He was like harassing me to buy my ticket. And I was just like, okay, fine, I'll go, I'll buy my ticket. I bought my ticket like at midnight, the night before. And we were leaving like at 5 a.m. or something like that. We got to the park, everything was normal. I was with my cousins, my sisters.
Michael wasn't there.
Michael wasn't there. Yes, Michael was not there. He had supposedly stayed home. He said he couldn't go. So I was like, I was bummed because I was like, oh, Disney and he's not going to be there, but okay. We got there, we went on like a couple rides. I always have like, when we go to Magic Kingdom, I always go like a certain way, but this time we went like another way, but I was like, okay, I'm with family, let's just go with the flow. We started getting close to lunchtime. I get very hangry when I don't eat, so I started getting very cranky. I remember my cousin, she ended up going to meet somebody at the front of the castle. She ended up getting lost. So we had to go supposedly find her. So I was just like, oh my God, I need food.
So she went with like, I don't know, I think it was like 3 or 4 cousins, and they like weren't around Disney and whatever. And then we arrived like an hour later. We entered the park, and parade that goes in the middle right in front of the castle. The parade was going. We
sat in front of the castle. We were waiting for I don't remember what. And then I get this letter from my cousin's boyfriend.
Well, I wrote a letter the day before, and in the letter, at the bottom, there was a portion that says, turn around. Like, I'm gonna teleport, because of course she didn't know that I was there.
I started reading the letter, and it was a letter from Michael. It said a whole bunch of beautiful things. At the end of the letter, I remember him saying like, oh, I wish I could teletransport or something to where you are right now. And then the bottom of the letter was folded. So obviously I unfolded it, and he's like, oh my God, it worked. Turn around.
And by the moment she turned around, I was on my knee, proposing, and the whole family, like, she was not expecting that at all. And that was literally in front of the castle. So when she turned around, she was looking at me in the castle. So
I started crying. I was like, what are you doing here? But yeah, and then I understood why everybody was going through like everything in the morning. It all made sense once he actually popped the question.
It was cute. I'm not gonna lie, but it was nice. She was not expecting that. And then, she said yes, thank God. So, so that was my proposal. And I remember, I put the ring on, and then she was like, whoa, like her mom, dad, brother, she was not expecting, my family, everybody was there, and she was like, what's going on here? And she was not expecting anybody. So
yeah, it was the most amazing proposal, because I always said that I know it was coming, but he totally got me, really got me.
So you guys have been together for a while now, known each other for about 12 years. What is a piece of advice you would share with couples about making a relationship work?
Okay, piece of advice to make a relationship work.
My advice would be to always respect each other, because us personally, we've never really gotten into a fight in all these years that we've been together. We have arguments, but not into these really bad fights. Never. We've never fought like that. And I think it's all because of respect. If we've gotten to the point where we're in the argument and we're just okay, it's gonna start getting really bad, we kind of just, okay, we're okay, we walk away. Then later, once we've cooled down, even if it's the next day, once we've cooled down, we do come and actually talk about it more civilized. So I think that has to do a lot with the respect that we have for one another. And I do like this quote. It may sound a little rough, but I do like this quote that I've heard. It says, love each other even when you hate each other. Wow. Not that I ever hate him, no. But when you're mad, you say things that may not always be true, that can be hurtful. So I always try to remember that in cases when he sometimes does get me upset. Not again, we've never fought bad or anything. So it's really all for me, and I think we're on the same page. It's all about respect. You have to have that respect for each other.
And I can say to financial issues, it's always a problem. Financial money, it's always an issue in a relationship. In fact, just 80% of marriages actually get divorced because of financial problems. So, and this is true story, we joined our accounts when we got engaged. Well, close to that, a couple of months, 1 or 2 months later, we joined it. Even though we were not living together, we joined the account. So at that point, we're okay, I'm not gonna buy that beer because she's going to know. So we started learning how, I started learning how she spent money. Same thing with me. We started learning our expenses, and then when we got married and we're in the same house, it was no brainer. It was it felt like money was just another part of the marriage already. It was just there, it was easy. Yeah, that's probably one of the biggest ones, and I don't know.